Hello, my name is Debbie Jacobs, and I wanted to do a live to share my healing experience and, what came out of it. Because not only my freedom and happiness uh, and being awake, really kind of setting my sights on much bigger change, bigger change than changing myself, than changing my thoughts. My goal, this is going to sound crazy, I know, but it's really sane, rational thought. It's a possibility. My goal is to literally change the world. It is. I'm working on it. I'm trying, and basically, in my healing process, which was the spiritual awakening and being awake, I am awake to the awareness that we are living in an ego world of negative thinkers. That's what I believe. I saw a statistic that said that 70 to 85% of the world's population has low self esteem. That means a negative thinker, ineffective coping skills. And my healing and accomplishing positive thoughts and healthy self esteem, in the process, created a process of, accomplishing positive thoughts and healthy self esteem in an ego world, in a negative world. We need that. We need to get, back on track to positive thoughts and healthy self esteem and live our life that way in freedom and happiness. I spent many years, most of my adult life, in depression, anxiety, and bipolar. And now I really am my authentic self. It's great. Just being me. That's it. Just my beautiful, authentic self, the self I was meant to be. And what that is? It's kind of like, I had to get rid of my pain, But what does that mean, to get rid of my pain? People are like, they can't wrap their head around it. Did I throw up, all of this toxic energy? No, that does help. There is a component of getting rid of stored negative, emotions. But getting rid of our pain is literally getting rid of the coping skills that stem from hurt, ego self. Excuse me. And so, like anger, fear, worry, insecurity, doubt, shame, guilt. We oscillate with all these negative emotions. How do we accomplish our happiness? I couldn't. I accomplished depression, anxiety, and bipolar. And and basically, I was being very reactionary in my life and in situations and perpetuating negative thinking and unhappiness. That's not me. That's my hurt. That stems from my hurt. In my healing, all of that negativity is gone. It's gone. I got rid of it. I was able to get rid of it. And I was able to work with my mind to gain mastery of thoughts. I don't let negative thoughts, or I handle it different, because it's not, possible to live without negative thoughts, but it's how you manage them. And I live with much, probably like 85% less. I really do not, I got rid of my negative thoughts. They were making me unhappy. And through my healing process, now I see all these other negative thinkers, and I think I can help them. I think I can help them accomplish positive thoughts and healthy self esteem. Their beautiful, authentic self. But ego is in the way. Their ego is in the way. For me, ego wasn't in the way because I was really unhappy. and I needed to make change. And I was open and receptive. Other people aren't as deep in their pain. So I don't know, but I'm working on trying to make positive change in the world for real. And it's time sensitive. It's time sensitive. Every day in unhappiness is a day of happiness lost. And, by going through the process of making positive change with myself, it really will help me to make positive change in the world. It's kind of similar. It's very, there's a lot of parallels. Everybody else should, the idea is for everyone else to just become a positive thinker. That's it. That's all you got to do to make positive change in the world. Be a positive thinker. Heal yourself. Heal your pain. You won't pass it down, especially if you have kids. So there is somebody working, on world peace. World peace isn't gonna happen in a negative world, in a world of anger and fear and lying and deception and poor values. Our values have totally declined. Our respect has totally declined. The family unit is the dysfunctional family unit. We have to fix that. All part of creating a positive world. And it starts with the people. Everybody thinks that it's the children that are going to save the world, but it's not. It has to be the adults. The adults have to make positive change. Because when, kids are adults, they're in their ego self. And now it's the next generation that has to make positive change. It doesn't work like that. It's the adults that have to be the role models, that have to, be in charge of the world while, while they're in charge of the world. And we're all divided. There's so much racism and terrorism and all of these like societal ills that are keeping us distracted from being united and accomplishing world peace. We have to get all this negativity out of the way. That's what happens when you get the negativity out of the way. That's how you accomplish positivity. Corruption in our government, ego in the White House. We have a lot to do. But people have to wake up. And not, wake up, like pay attention. They have to go through the healing process. They have to have the spiritual awakening. They need to accomplish positive thoughts and healthy self-esteem for them to contribute, to solving the problem. And it's when you accomplish positive thoughts and healthy self-esteem, that's when you're up. That's when you're awake. That's the rebirth of the beautiful, authentic self, the self that you were meant to be. And then it's like you're out of you're out from under the spell of the ego self. The ego self is unconscious. The beautiful, authentic self is the self that needs to be awake, not the ego self. And when the beautiful, authentic self is awake, you're going to see the world differently. You're going to see the negativity. You're going to see a different side of the problems in the world. And you know why? Because now you're looking at it with your positive thoughts, not your negative thoughts. It makes a big difference, and you're going to see all the negativity because you are in your positivity. When you're in your negativity, you don't see it. I mean, you see it, but you're not conscious to it. you know, and you certainly aren't going to fix it. You're like, the world could totally just end up in all negative thinkers, and you don't care. But that's not a world that we want to leave for our kids. We want to get the world back on track to positivity, and healthy self esteem and healed people, not hurt people. So, I hope that there's a lot more people that end up creating processes of changing our thoughts. That's what we need because people are living their life in negative thoughts with fear and anger and worry and insecurity and self doubt and jealousy and shame and guilt and worry. I think I said that, like not very fun, coping skills to create happiness. They create unhappiness and upset. There's a lot of negativity embedded in our behaviors, and it all has to go. Just like there's a lot of negativity embedded in our world, and it needs to go. Homelessness, suicide, sex trafficking, slavery is back in the collective consciousness. There were people being auctioned off as slaves. Racism, homophobia. People can't even be themselves in the world. That's not them, that's the world that's wrong. So, people need to come together, unite for the greater good, and really, be a force of positive change in the world. It's possible. I know that sounds like so over the top, but the reality of the situation is that I did create a process to change our thoughts. And people don't really know. They don't know, about the beautiful, authentic self, about the ego self, about negative thinking. They're a lot of the people in the ego self um, think they're positive thinkers because it sounds positive to them. It's not how it works. And you need the spiritual awakening to be a positive thinker. It took me 5 years and $300,000 to accomplish. So and that was like I had no job, I had no friends, I had no family. It was like devoting all of my time to my own healing and happiness. Most people don't even have that opportunity. They have a family, they have a job, they that is a rarity, which is why it took me 5 years instead of it takes some people all their life to heal. You don't want to take it all your life to heal because you want to get to your happiness. And when you get to your happiness, then you're like, okay, now you're aligned and you're awake to create happiness in the world. That's it. That's like the next step. You're like, okay, if I feel myself, I'm awake, and now let me check out the assess the situation. I'm up. What do I see? I see we're in a negative world. I see Donald Trump as the president. I see Eckhart Tolle raising the consciousness of the ego self. That's not good. You don't want to raise the consciousness of the ego self. You have to kill the ego self to awaken the beautiful, authentic self. So, I really don't have things stacked in my favor, but I'm going to try my best. Because it's a way to accomplish positive thinking and get back on track to healthy self-esteem and positive thoughts. And I don't know how many people out there have a process, but the world needs it. So I'm going to do my best to try and get through the ego self, which I can't do, and I'm one person. But I'm not going to give up on people's happiness in this lifetime, especially people living in mental illness. and also, trying to avoid kids from living in mental illness. So, all right, my name is Debbie Jacobs. Thanks for joining, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.